That's good. Michiganders across 33 counties and more than 50 elections voted in droves yesterday, but almost none of them in person. Grant Herms has more on how yesterday's voting worked and what it could mean for future elections. Grant?
These elections were hyper-local, which usually means low turnout, but yesterday's ballots set records and gave us a little bit of insight that could be coming for the general elections in August and November. Thousands of Michiganders cast their votes in yesterday's election, the first of its kind in the midst of a pandemic. On a conference call with reporters, Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson said the turnout was historic.
We have seen the vast majority, upwards of 80 or 90% of those voting today have voted by mail.
The number of absentee ballots rose overnight to 99% of all votes cast. Yesterday's turnout set a record for May elections, too, a whopping 25%, double the average, and 8% higher than the last record set in 2015 when voters cast their ballots against sweeping road repairs. But the cost of the election wasn't cheap. All those mail-in ballots, plus educating voters on how to use them, cost the state $600,000, meaning statewide votes in August and November could be expensive, especially if turnout is high as expected.
I think regardless of how people are voting or the status of the pandemic in August and November, we're already on track and anticipating significantly high turnout and a significant number of people voting by mail.
With all those mail-in ballots, counting could take a little longer. Secretary Benson says she's urging lawmakers in Lansing to ease up on rules for clerks to let them count earlier than they normally would and to get rapid counters out where they're needed. In Detroit, Grant Herms, Local 4.
And Secretary Benson also assured the votes by mail were safe from fraud or tampering under the current system. Well, yesterday